Hello folks, hope you're doing well. Obviously for God's chosen Israel, it's a very, very tough time over there. Yeah. Part of the problem is for a long, long time the Israeli government has been, I wouldn't really know what they're doing. They are playing games with Palestine. They have been playing games for a long time. The problem is you have to understand the terrorist organisation does not want to negotiate. They see no purpose in that because there isn't. What they should have done a long time ago, probably 70s, 80s, they should have made it very clear to the Palestinian people, we are coming in, we're going to root out the terrorists in your land. And if you want to get in the way, or if you want to attack us anymore, one more attack, and we're going to get all of you out of this land. Every single Palestinian is going to be moved out. You will not be allowed back in this land. If you attack or if you support the attackers, and the problem is, folks, it is a reality. If you stand by and do nothing when you can do something, you are supporting. That's a level of support. And so you can't really say, it's the same as saying you can't really say that Muslims aren't all like these terrorists and these the ones who kill themselves. Well, you can. To a certain degree, you can. If they're not standing up shouting and saying that this is wrong, you should not be wearing a bomb vest and going into the middle of public area killing a load of civilians, a load of innocent people. You shouldn't be doing that and telling people that they're going to have all these virgins in heaven. Every Muslim in the country should be shut up and saying, no, that is not okay. So in Palestine, same thing. Same thing. When it comes down to it, it is the same thing. Yeah. If you want to live in the area, then you as civilians in that country, you must take responsibility and you must yourselves root out the terrorists. If you don't do that, if you think it's okay to support the terrorists because they might hurt you, then bye-bye. Go live somewhere else. Go live in an area where you can't be a threat to us. Simple. Yeah, it's right to say that this shouldn't have been continuing this long, because it shouldn't. It's idiotic. These, however many people that have been taken, however many people that have died, they've been taken and they've been killed because of the fact that Israel has been trying to do this softly approach. It isn't working and it's not going to work. When you're dealing with a terrorist organisation, which Hamas is, softly isn't going to work. You know, certainly apologising for having people in your land that God gave you and removing some people so that they can have some of their land back, the Palestinians, is not going to convince them that you're going to be ruthless, is it? A terrorist is basically international level of a bully. The way to stop a bully is to beat the living hell out of the bully. Generally speaking, that's the way. Certainly in school, that's how it's understood by the kids in school. Especially now, with teachers, they won't do anything about it. So therefore the kids have to. Now, trying to befriend a bully, seriously, really? Sometimes it'll work, but most of the time it won't. It can work, it's worth a try. It is worth a try, but how long have Israel tried to be friendly with Palestinians, with Palestine? It hasn't worked. It's not going to work. This attack now should be the last. There shouldn't be any more now, because what is it going to take for the Israeli army or the Israeli politicians to say enough is enough? They're talking about this being Israel's 9/11. Well, then do something. Get into the situation properly. There needs to be a final solution to this. Now, of course, that final solution may very well bring about God's plan and have the Antichrist come into Israel and Jerusalem to stand in the Holy of Holies. Well, there you go. If that's God's plan, then do it. But certainly the whole idea of trying to be gentle with a load of terrorists and be nice towards them, no. And I'm sorry, but the reality is, if they want to hide among the public, then it's them that's putting the Palestinians at risk. Simple. Wipe them all out. Well, best thing to do is get them, put them on trial, and do things according to the law of the land there, which will be, I think, execution. But wipe them all out. You're going to do that. Well, as I say, come on. David was told to wipe out all the Philistines. The Philistines are the ancient grandfathers of the Palestinians and, well, basically the Muslims. David was told to wipe them out completely. Men, women and children. Because there was always going to be this hatred towards Israel. Always. God knew it. He told David to sort the issue out then. David didn't, did he? No. David didn't understand that if you let the women and children live, the women and children go on to have more men. And those men become fighters who then have hatred towards the Jews. So it's like, yeah. Got to deal with it. I wouldn't have a problem in any way, shape or form if the Israelis basically put their armies and basically walked through Palestine and told every person, leave, get out now. Get out or you'll be shot. You've got one choice. You leave or you die. I have no problem with that at all. No problem. If they've been there for all these years and they've been okay with the fact that, you know, their government is a terrorist organisation that's going to try and kidnap and kill your neighbours for fun. No. I'm sorry, but the reality is, yeah. You want to live in an area like that, then you have to accept the consequences. Now, I understand some people will certainly say, that they don't really have a choice about where they live. And I think a lot of that is they say. I'm not sure if that is real. I'm not sure if you can really count that as absolute. That those people don't have anywhere else they can go. Of course, moving is difficult. I know that. I've done it many, many times. But at some point, the Israeli people have got to say enough. They've tried to do things gently. It hasn't worked. So there you go. That's what I believe is the situation. Well, yeah. But it's right. They don't have Yeshua, so therefore they don't have any of that. So from their position, from the Old Testament, what should they do? From their understanding, what should they do? They should take back the land that God has given them. That's what they should do. I'm not talking about what should they do from the understanding of a son of God, because they're not that. But it's just an answer to this situation right now. What should they do? There will be acts of aggression in the future if they don't do something big now. So, yeah. Then they should do something big. Yeah. And give warning. Well, the problem is, okay, give warning, yeah. Give warning, but if, make sure you're watching the whole area around it, because you don't want Hamas to escape and then come back later. The whole idea is you get Hamas out. You get them a long way away. You get them in an area where, if possible, you get Hamas arrested or dead. The rest of the people, the civilians, you get them out and they can live somewhere else. But not there anymore. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Yeah. We've been hearing about this for years and years and years and years and years, and it doesn't get better. So, yeah. There you go. You take care. God bless. Bye-bye.